Let's consider the yellow plates to represent an environment with individual stick insects, the dots, over time. Notice the variation in camouflage or color of the insects. In plate number 1, predators like birds will more easily eat the poorly camouflaged insects. The survivors then reproduce to make the population in plate number 2. With new variation, some of the insects in plate number 2 have better camouflage. Natural selection again favors individuals with comparatively better camouflage. The population continues to evolve as shown in plates number 3 and 4. Notice that the same number of individuals exist in each plate. This represents the struggle for existence. Food scarcity and predation will eliminate many. Also notice that the population began with much variation in camouflage. But over time, natural selection reduced the variation towards the color that gives better camouflage. The population evolved camouflage without any original design or goal to do so. Consider again the variation in the original population. Biologists argue that the variation in populations is caused by events during reproduction, but that the variation is random with respect to adaptive value. In other words, the environment does not affect which variations get produced during reproduction. In fact, most variations are not helpful to the organism. This is not what one would predict if the environment was guiding variation in helpful ways. Let's follow the poorly camouflaged insects in plate number 1. These blue individuals are in a yellow environment. Perhaps they were looking for food or avoiding predators in another area. If the blue parents really cared about their offspring, they would do everything possible to make their babies yellow. But alas, the blue parents do not control the variation in their offspring, just as human parents don't control the differences between their children. Biologists argue that neither does the environment control the variation produced during reproduction. The yellowness of the environment cannot guide reproduction to make the blue parents have yellow babies. From what we know of heredity, the blue parents will tend to have blue babies, but not always. If the blue parents happen to have a yellow baby, that offspring will have an advantage. If the blue population has recently moved into the yellow environment, the poor camouflage may lead to high rates of predation before useful variations can be produced by reproduction. In other words, the birds might wipe out the population in a short period of time. If these were the only remaining individuals of the species would go extinct. The key point is this: the environment does not cause the variations, but it does cause a reduction in variation over time toward the adapted trait. If there is not enough variation in the population, or enough time to produce it, an entire population can lose the struggle for existence. This is how natural selection can lead to extinction.